Diablo 2 Resurrected recently dropped and was covered on the channel. As someone who's old enough to remember the release of the original version and all the fond memories that came with it, I found that playing through the game made me feel a wide range of emotions. With everything that's transpired over the past few years, I felt almost bad for looking back at Blizzard fondly. Although my time with games such as World of Warcraft and StarCraft 2 will stay in the past, I wanted to draw a line under what I consider to be Blizzard's legacy, and to perhaps allow people, like me, to retain all the amazing memories the studio gave us. I'm Mitch Mannix, and this is why I will always remember Blizzard Entertainment. First and foremost, I wanted to make it clear my stance on the controversies linked to the publisher as of late. None of the points made in this video are justification for the deplorable actions brought about recently by a number of employees at Activision Blizzard. It's not justification because nothing can justify what was reported in that investigation. There simply is not and will never be a situation where that kind of behaviour is acceptable. And for those responsible, they deserve to be outed and made to be held responsible for their actions and face the full extent of the law. This video is not going to glorify those responsible or attempt to revive faith in the company as it is today, but shed light on the work of others that with their passion and talent changed the landscape of gaming some years ago, with work now marred by the actions of a few knuckle-dragging oxygen thieves. With that in mind, when I'm looking back at my time playing Blizzard games, I mean looking back. The company for me now has distorted into something else entirely. I stopped playing WoW, for instance, after Legion. And since then every
Do you guys not have phones?
and expose on juvenile depravity just reminds me of how today this is not the same company. So before you think I'm trying to stick up for Blizzard as they are today, think again. What I'm talking about is a time where the company was on top of the gaming world. Back in the early 2000s, where for me at least, the name Blizzard was coupled with the feeling of excitement. StarCraft, Diablo 2 and the early days of World of Warcraft made it an amazing time to be a PC gamer. Each of these titles championed an entire genre and left a mark on the gaming world that has stood for decades due to their quality and innovation. When I was a child, my father had a demo of the first Diablo game on his PC. I can still remember sneaking in to play and being absolutely blown away. In 2004, I created my first World of Warcraft character, a human male called Bloke. Yes, I know, give me a break, I was 14, and completely lost myself exploring the world Blizzard had created. I took breaks from the game, but in the years to come, I still came back, and to this day still consider World of Warcraft to have given me some of the most enjoyable, memorable, and impactful experiences, and even relationships, in my experience gaming. The early days of World of Warcraft were filled with a certain wonderment that could only come from a whole world experiencing it and its type of content for the first time. It was not commonplace to explore a land so rich with character and have a seemingly vast adventure before you. Today the landscape has changed, and such content is commonplace as we make way for new generations of players that I'm sure have their own preferences and great gaming moments. But 2004 to 2007 was a time that I will always remember, where for me at least, I felt a true sense of adventure, scaling such an unknown land free of thousands of wikis and build guides, pushing a frantic race to the finish, and requirement to be the best, the fastest, without expectations built upon previous similar titles, and without the hype debuff raising expectations to insane heights, only to have them crash down and sour what legitimate greatness actually remains. I watch old clips of raiding and remember where I was at that point in my life, where I lived, worked, the friends I had, both in and out of the game. For players like me, games like this house truly valuable memories, be it World of Warcraft, EverQuest, or even MapleStory. So many of us have so many cherished memories with our times with these titles, and I feel like I want to keep those memories as they should be, dear to me. I do not want to give those involved in more recent events the power to destroy those, along with everything else they have done. Another thing I want to address is the impact of those at Blizzard who were not responsible for the more recent deplorable events. The men and women back in the 2000s, which have long left, that put their heart and soul into forging worlds and experiences that placed Blizzard, for a time, at the top, and kept them there for so long, over quite a number of years. To retain the appreciation for those involved in the early days, that due to their talents and dedication, created genre-defining pieces of art, and forged memories for millions of players across the globe, and most importantly, not to have their legitimate legacy become another casualty of the company's recent downfall. To not let a group of limp-dicked wannabe frat boys destroy what they worked so hard to create. So when I think of Blizzard, I'll be keeping hold of those earlier years. I'll remember all the incredible people I met, the victories, the defeats, the times where I could take a step away from life's harsh winds and get a moment to myself. My father's cheeky grin in 1997 when he saw that I'd been playing the Diablo demo and I was told I wasn't allowed. And most of all, remember all those that made up the teams that created such a meaningful time for me with gaming. To thank them, and to let them know that even though the name Blizzard has been darkened, for me at least, their greatness all those years ago still shines on. I know that this video will most likely be torn to shreds by those that have already made up their mind, mistake its message, or don't even watch it, and simply unleash hate. But I wanted to bring to light and celebrate the work of the men and women, both past and present, that worked so hard to create something so special to so many of us. Once again, I'm not in any way standing up for or defending the actions of those involved with the details uncovered in the more recent reports, and my deepest sympathies go out to those impacted. But I just couldn't stop thinking about those innocent parties that worked so hard and how they would feel seeing their namesake being destroyed. Please, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and drop a like on the video if you liked it, as it really helps me out. I love hearing from you guys, and it means a lot to me if you've made it this far in the video. Check out the other vids on screen for some far more less controversial MMO content. And if you enjoyed chilling with me today, why not sub to the channel and be notified of all new videos going forward. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.